Call this regular city council meeting to order. Invocation by Alderman Driscoll, please.
Bow your head, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us through this past year, and I ask that you guide us through this new year as we begin. Please temper us with patience, humility, wisdom, and a heart to serve our community. I pray a special blessing upon our first responders, as many law enforcement have dealt with recent senseless violence and death of their brothers and sisters in blue. I pray for peace for their families, justice for those who were taken, and protection for all police and fire in our city and beyond. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Here.
Megan White. Here. Larry Bud.
Here.
Steve Dorson.
Present.
Kathy Driscoll. Here. Jim Olive.
Here.
Crystal Betty.
Here.
Jeremy Wilson.
Here.
All aldermen are present. Motion to approve the omnibus
So moved.
designation. Motion by Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Skoltedi. Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant. Yes. Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorson.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Betty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion approved 8-0. Minutes of the public meeting held December 20th, 2021. Minutes of the regular meeting held December 20th, 2021. Minutes of the special city council meeting held December 27th, 2021. Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Dorsones, questions or comments? Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant. Yes. Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorson.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Betty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Ordinance, Sunday liquor sales. Rocky sent you the proposed ordinance. What this pertains to is the liquor store would like to be able to sell alcohol at, I think, 6 in the morning, like the grocery stores and things like that. Also, I got a note from the guy that owns Nesty's. He would like it if he could serve alcohol at Nesty's, and he said starting at like 10 in the morning on Sundays. So I think that one we'd have to maybe draw up another ordinance to include that. I know when we passed the 6 a.m. liquor sales, we just did it for grocery stores and I believe convenience stores. And so
grocery stores and your golf course.
and the golf course, okay. So I think that we need, if we're allowing it to grocery stores to sell packaged liquor, we need to allow the convenience stores and the liquor stores is what's been brought up for this. So I'm looking for a motion to approve.
Isn't there an extra fee for having that particular
They'd be
license?
charged $100 extra, it's $300 instead of.
Okay, so they understand that they would have to
Yeah.
pay that fee.
Right, right.
Now, you have 3 different issues on the Sunday license.
Okay.
What you have before you, what you had it always in effect, is what they call a late closing fee. That allows any liquor license for $350. They stay open on Friday and Saturday until 2 a.m. in the next morning. What you had here is that any liquor store who wants to pay, any licensee who wanted to pay $200 extra would be allowed to open at noon on Sundays. What this amendment does is that for $300, they will be allowed to open up at 6 a.m., but only those licensees that come under a Class B, which are grocery stores and now convenience stores by definition. Your Class F is your public golf course, and now your Class H is your packaged liquor. So for $300 in addition to their annual license, those types of establishments can open up as early as 6 a.m. on Sunday. Everybody else, if they want to sell liquor on Sunday, has to pay $200 to open up at 12 noon.
Right, so right now I'd look for a motion to include the grocery, or excuse me, the convenience stores and the liquor stores able to sell liquor at 6 a.m. on Sunday for an additional $100. They're already paying the $200 for a total fee of $300. And
No, actually, the $300 is an additional fee.
I thought it was 300.
Mhm.
I thought it was 300. Just to be able to sell it before noon is 300.
Yes.
Tracy,
Yeah.
is it, that was true?
It's $300 until, yeah, before noon.
Is that true?
But
Well, you don't
But
believe
it's
me?
200 afternoon, so.
Yes.
Okay.
200 to start at noon.
But if somebody starts before that, they just pay 300, they don't pay the 200 plus,
No.
plus the
300.
300, right.
Oh, it's not an additional?
But it's not an additional, is what we passed before.
It's basically only.
We would charge $300 for Sunday sales at 6 AM to midnight. And we charge 200 for noon to midnight. Is what-
Actually, that is an additional fee on your current licensing. It's been on the books for quite a while.
We
That's
have-
an additional, that's a privilege to sell liquor on Sunday creates an additional license fee of either 200 or 300 on top of what their annual license fee would
Correct,
be.
correct. It's 200 itself from noon to midnight, and it's 300 if they sell from 6 AM to midnight. That is
In
what
addition to
the,
their annual
right,
license
in
fee.
addition
yes.
to
Okay,
that. So
okay.
it's just $100 extra,
Got it.
so.
So 300.
So the motion would be to adopt this particular ordinance,
Okay.
that's all in there.
And then we'll talk about nesties or something else in another fashion. We can either bring that up at ordinance, or we can bring it up after.
Can we not pass it now for restaurants also and just have Rocky throw that sentence in there? So we
That's
don't
fine.
have to
That's fine.
spend more money?
Do you want to allow restaurants and bars to open at 6 AM? This is the first request I had of a restaurant, and I honestly don't know how other towns do it. If you go to, say, Texas Roadhouse or Papa Frank's in Springfield on Sunday, I know they open at 11, can you go in there and get a beer? I don't know that. I usually,
Well, we already have bars that are open that early on every other day.
Right.
So what does it matter on Sunday?
well,
I mean, you still have midnight workers that work, midnights on Saturday night. You still
I
have,
agree.
freedom of choice of when you want to drink or not.
Right, I understand, so, but
Well, a
I,
restaurant right now for $200 could open and serve liquor at 12 noon.
right,
If you want to add them to pay $300, we would just add Class C there on 3 days, 10, subparagraph B. We'll add Class C there. That'll include all restaurants.
okay. So what's the council want to do? Do we want to
I'll make a
vote
motion.
motion to
I'll-
include Class C also?
Yes,
Okay.
for the additional
For the additional
$100.
$100. So I got a motion on the floor to include restaurants in the ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Wilson. The motion was made by Alderman Ryan. Questions or comments?
Did he open at noon on Sunday?
I
Or did
think
he open at 10? Because he advertised 10.
he opens at 10 for food, but he's not he's unable to sell alcohol until
If you
noon.
read the article in the paper, the full page, it looked like you could buy alcohol at 10 o'clock.
He's talking about the liquor store.
Yes,
The liquor store, yes.
so he
I
sold,
well, he didn't know the rules. He thought he had the license for Sunday morning sales. So I went out there after I was informed of that and told him that he could not open. And I don't think he opened until noon Sunday. I was not there, but he told me that he would not open until noon. So we got a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? Roll call.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryan,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
no,
Steve Dorsones,
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive,
No.
Chris Popetti,
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-2.
Mayor, you got it.
Mayor votes yes. Okay, motion carries 7-2. Motion to bid and/or advertise a replacement labor position in the street department.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second. Alderman Wilson, questions or comments?
is this a replacement or is this a new hire?
No, it's a replacement. We had a resignation a week before Christmas.
I didn't know that.
Okay. So, got a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? Roll call?
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryan,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes,
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Motion to allow Petersburg Plumbing and Excavating to complete sewer lining and repairs on East Palmer Street at a cost not to exceed $20,568 and waive any statutory bidding requirements. Motion?
I have a question.
Let's get a motion first.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Bud, questions or
Why
comments?
waiving the statutory bidding?
Technically don't have to, because now you can go to 25,000 without having to
okay.
waive
That's
the
right.
bidding fee.
So I just, I mean, that's added in there, so I didn't know if there was
Yeah,
specific
I don't know why
going
they
on.
put that in there, but technically, because now it's been raised to 25,000. I think it was the beginning of 21,
Okay.
they raised that requirement.
And I think one of the reasons was we've always done a lot of work with Petersburg Plumbing, and we're very familiar with them, and so that's what we, street sewer.
And I'm assuming that motion also includes that these folks will sign the form contract in the city and provide the requisite insurance and
Correct.
bond, correct?
Correct, okay. Roll call.
Bill Bryant.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
No.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yeah.
Chris Popetti.
Yeah.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries, I'm not sure what you voted, Driscoll, was it yes or no?
I said yes.
Yes, okay, motion carries 7-1. City attorney update, Rocky?
All right, a couple of matters. The first thing is that you folks ought to be aware that the Taylorville Fire Protection District has voted through about 2 or 3 meetings here. The last one as of Monday. They are ordering a new Pierce tanker fire truck to replace the old one. It's going to be at a cost of in excess of $463,000. What they're going to do is they passed a motion to pay off the loan of the rescue squad, and they're entering into a loan of a 15-year loan with the First National Bank of Stressor. That order is going to be put in place probably tomorrow or the next day. Unfortunately, it's going to take about a year before the vehicle is put together and delivered to the district so they can turn around and lease it to you folks. The reason they went ahead and did it at this early stage is they were told that starting February 1, the cost of this truck would be almost 25% higher than what the purchase price is now. So they're going to be a little slim on the budget. I know the mayor has been at the meeting. Doug Brown's been there. I think they can share with you, the cooperation of the trustees. And I think Matt's going to kind of tighten his belt as well. And it's going to be tight, but I think I'm glad to hear that they're going forward with doing that. The second thing is that I think you asked me to look at the renewable energy evolution power purchase agreement and their what they call the letter of intent. I did not get from anybody the financial spreadsheet that was mentioned in the committee or a proposed financing agreement. So I'm kind of waiting for that before I send you a memo on it. There was a lot of things in there that I think needs to be corrected for discussion. And what they call a letter of intent, usually those are supposed to be referenced as a non-binding letter of intent. This one isn't that way, so we might want to have further discussion on that. Is there any questions about those two items? If not, then I've sent you an email this afternoon concerning certain the law on salaries for certain offices of the city, and also you received some emails from me updating you as the ongoing status of litigation against the city. So if anyone has any questions, just individually contact me, please. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Mayoral update. Rocky stole my thunder. I'd like to announce the resignation of Dave Oldham as president of the Taylorville Fire Protection District. Dave has done a wonderful job and has my utmost respect for what he has accomplished in 2 short years. They bought 3 vehicles for us under his leadership. They reached an agreement last night to purchase a 3rd vehicle for our city. Thank you to the Taylorville Fire Protection trustees, Dave Oldham, Dave Wagner, and Ron Verardi. Also, a special thank you to Chief Aderman and Alderman Doug Brown for great work in improving our fire department. As we are beginning 2022, I'm very optimistic about our small town Taylorville and downtown Taylorville helping us receive the grant to improve our downtown area. We've gotten over 40 letters in support for that, and we'll discuss that at our utility meeting on Wednesday. We have visited the past 2 weeks with retail developers, residential developers, and have also met with the owner of the old One East building and look forward to stimulating that area in the future. 2022 looks to be a very favorable year for the downtown and retail development. Thank you very much. Committee reports. There were no committee reports meetings during this time, so need a motion to approve or ratify payment of bills of $158,891.08. Motion by Alderman Bud, second. Alderman Dorchenez, questions or comments? Comment? Alderman Bud?
I went through the bills today at Health Alliance. The actual health insurance was $99,154, and there was an additional $1,000 fee attached to that. And the mayor has contacted Nicole with Diamond Brothers, but what he explained to me tonight, I do not agree with that. And I would like to have an explanation of why they attached another $1,000. If you look at the bill itself, it looks like there was a processing fee for $1,000 to pay for it through the draft. We should not have to be paying any draft fees or any fees like that at all. Whatever our health insurance is, that's what we should pay, not any processing fee. And that's what it appears to me. And I know he's talked to them, but I may even call Nicole tomorrow myself, because I don't understand why that fee's there.
And if I may explain to the council, what I was told, that they will not accept a check of over $100,000, so we basically split it up into two checks. Our balance due was $100,154, and they split it up into two checks, one for $99,154 and the other for $1,000. And the bill that we got for that month was for $100,154. I have everything receipts here. So Nicole called into Health Alliance because she couldn't explain it to me either. She said, no way would they charge you $1,000 convenience fee. They've never had it. That's what it did say on the receipt, I will admit. And so that was the questioning. But it was just, it must be a bookkeeping thing that Health Alliance does. So we will get to the bottom of it tomorrow. The bill's already been paid, so
That is correct.
I'm sure if they owe us $1,000, we will get that. Kelly?
That's what Andrea explained to me. They can't accept an ACH payment for over $100,000. So she had to break it up because there were a few months in there where it was over $100,000.
Right.
So she had to do it in two separate transactions to keep it under the $100,000 cap.
But we went back and looked at, it was either November and October or October and September. And on those two monthly billings, there was no extra charge, and it was $99,000, and I don't remember the exact, but
Because
they
it was
were
under the
$99,000.
$100,000.
Correct.
And every time I've looked at those bills, I have never seen where they've added $1,000 on a separate line item to pay towards the health insurance, and to me, that's not the way they should be reporting that. If we're paying $100,000, $145,000, then put $100,000, $145,000 on the bill so we know what we're paying for. Because it looks like a service charge when you look at that invoice.
But the bill does state over $100,000. It's the transactions that are separated.
They just need to reword it.
Reword.
It
Yeah.
needs to not say
Here-
processing
Here's the
fee.
bill we received, and it says total amount due, $100,154.
But look
And
at
that's
the-
what we paid in two payments. One of $99,154, the other of $1,000. Now, erroneously, they put $1,000 convenience fee, and that's what caught your eye. But I think it's been explained, but like I told you, call Nicole. Nicole called into Health Alliance. They had not got back to her as of 4 o'clock today. So I will double check, but there's no way that we got charged.
Well, I just
This,
wanted-
this recent month, our bill is only $96,656, so the $100,000 limit won't pertain to that, so.
That was paid today online.
Right.
It is very common for credit card processors to have that. I'm just saying, but it shouldn't be recorded as processing.
No, but it did put convenience fee on the
Yeah.
bill.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for looking at the bill. Anything
And
else?
then everything that was for small town Taylorville, that should be coming out of the BDD fund. Tracy, I don't know if you did that with the BDD funds or not, but it needs to come out of BDD.
No, but I can move it.
Yeah, move it out of BDD, because
Okay.
that's still not small town. That's it.
Anything else? All right. Roll call.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryan,
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Betty. Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Per subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120-2.06, this portion of the city council meeting is reserved for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120/1 mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda, but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comments. Thank you. Anyone out in the audience like to speak? Any council members? Okay. Need a motion to go into closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C1 and C3 to discuss the performance and or employment and or removal and or dismissal and or resignation of the city treasurer and or the human resource manager, and any vacancy in and or the appointment and selection of a person or person to fill either or both of such offices, and compensation relating to either or both of such appointments or relating to the removal, dismissal, resignation, and or severance agreement concerning a human resource manager, and any all subject matters relating thereto, and to include, if present, the following persons to be present during all such closed session: namely the mayor, alderman, city attorney via Zoom, city clerk, city treasurer, human resource manager, and such other person or person as the mayor may decide and announce during the city council meeting and or during such closed session. Okay, need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Alderman Bud, second. Alderman Brown, roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Tim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Betty.
Yes.
Jeremy Pierce.
Motion carries 8-0.
Tracy, need to note the time, please.
7:21.
I'd like for the
Okay.
following people to remain: Chief Wheeler, Superintendent Spiegel, and Treasurer Kelly Hamel. Would you guys shut the doors and shut the doors to the hallway also, please?